Hello my dudettes and everything in between. Welcome back to Clive Games. And today we're going to be continuing with our Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV. I know, I've been doing a lot of these lately. I've been really in the mood to try and get A Realm Reborn done before the year is up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but let's see. Let's just continue. Let's hope we can get there. There you are, Clive. Commander Levier instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danafin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. I like him. He knows the value of hard work. Something a lot of people could stand to learn. Alright, so now, if you don't remember, we just got done with Snowcloak Dungeon, where we had the best time. The dungeon itself was cool, I just didn't have very good companions. They weren't paying attention, but in regards to story, we are now hunting down the last of the heretics under Iceheart's command. Dolls, balls, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danafin Pass. Hurry, you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. So he got bested by a rock or a root. Amazing people these crystal braves are. Next, they might be defeated by a daisy, maybe even a rose. I mean, it's got thorns, guys. It's dangerous. Alrighty, where are you? Those are tiny ass feet. The tracks lead southeast. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast and cough, Hase. I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Okay. There he is. I keep forgetting to bring out Fluffy. I feel very ashamed of that. Oh. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? We can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I'll need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Wow, pathetic bunch. A true potato would be able to go on no matter how he's been peeled. I'm through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Oh yeah, don't forget about me, my dudes. Well, stay with him then if you think you'll fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland, sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. Fancy meeting you here, Clive. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who's been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. May I not though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Clive, let us await inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Alrighty. That was rather easy to find the last of the heretics. And it connected us to the Ivy, if you remember who the Ivy is. Or the fact that we were looking for the Ivy. Captain Ilbert seems confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble and press. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Truth. Alphino is eager to hear Ilbert's report on the Ivy. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Okay. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being the Ivy's employ. From him we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring the needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included these originating from House Forton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved, at least. What of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising a certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspect is greatly narrowed. You mean to say the agent is among Robon's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? Dang. I know they're bad, but go them for keeping their identity hidden this long. Dear God. 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration will likely occur during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the three grand companies, Ul'dah was ever the most vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ul'dah's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment to which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Robon faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the costs, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier then than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simply self-preservation. Had Nael von Darnus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never risk supplying Robon with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Thank you, finally. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expected to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in expecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abaters. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Clive. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Wasn't really worried about what Minfilia thought, but okay, sure, if it makes you feel better. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path of her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such a time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet at Nafaka's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand, together. I didn't mean to turn up my volume. Where's my... There you are. There we go. Alright. To Gridania. I did find it odd that they would just like kind of leave matters kind of half done. It made sense when they did it, but it was kind of annoying. Like, we started the investigation to the Ivy, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it, okay? Well, then we start our investigation into Isar. We get so far, oh, don't worry, we'll worry about it for now. You go deal with something else. Like, can't we just finish, please? Conjurer's Guild. Why, thanks for coming, Clive. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the lotus stand. Okay. The Alliance leaders await you at the lotus stand. Will you be joining them now? Why not? Let's get some story going.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Well. So, the War of Succession has ended in Garlemald, and the person we saw was the new Emperor. Sorry, I'm just thinking about that scene. I love stuff like that. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the civil citizenry. Excuse me. There we go. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little unless to the common folk. Take the Leminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merlwyb outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldan scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Uldan society to Legi at Legi, for example. That is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing, let us speak more pressing matter. The Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate is lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Clive, and all that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Kurthis, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Dope, we finally get to figure out who the Ivy is. Alright. So we need to go to New Gridania area. Oh, where am I going? Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, no, 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 no. There he is. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Alright, so this is the final piece of gear. That is super bulky. That is super bulky. I like that. That's the Lancer's Dragoon. This is Monk and Samurai. I really like that. That's a really nice one. I really like that. Alright, Elbert is convinced that he has discovered the Ivy's identity and is preparing to move against the Garlean spy. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Anane Royale. Something like that. Raban's second in command. Her? Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. Yeah, because Raban's from Alamigo. When he formed the Grand Company, Raban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners. Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Roy was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy had some hold over the monetarists? Yeah, stealth's not my forte. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Roy's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames records for evidence of Roy's guilt, but if we catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eye, Scion? I wouldn't, but sure. You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. Oh. I forgot to put the boots on. I was wondering why in the world I didn't have some weird heal action going. I didn't feel enough like Bayonetta. Royaz head in the direction of the Blue Badgered Gate. With me, Scion. Okay, sure. Fine. So Royale has entered the Caroline Canopy. Meaning someone, perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not in the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Efime is her name. I shall remain here in case Roy reappears. I was hoping they'd cut this part out. That makes sense. Gotta make sure she doesn't leave without us knowing, and if she does leave, we need to know where she's going. Clive Jet, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Let's see how whispering works. You guys are gonna be my little guinea pigs for whispering. See if I can actually whisper and you still be able to hear me. For dramaticism. Dramatic effect? Something. Words. Nowhere to be seen, you say? Are you sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the Seven Hills did she have gone? The roost! How could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntoy tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of Reshore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. That's useful. I think the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Roe would have disappeared without a trace. Alright, this is the ninja. Just another colored version. This is the healer. A little bulky on the shoulders for my liking. And the one we're going to get. It's not my favorite, but it's a better gear apparently. It's not bad. Why is my tail sticking up like it's excited? I don't like that. I don't want my tail to be erect. Gilbert is eager to resume the pursuit of Elena Royai. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud Sign. I suggest we follow Raya's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. I'm sorry, I just can't with the tail. You doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall await you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Okay, so after this episode, I'm going to go and purchase some glamours prisms so I can, because I'm pretty sure. Oh, I have some. Hold up. Hold up. Yep. We can keep the gloves. I kind of like the gloves, but no, we're gonna go for the full summoner look again. Alright, there we go. Now I look normal. Now I look normal. I'm sorry, I would have kept it if the tail wasn't... I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face for the entirety of making videos anymore. Oh my goodness. This way, my friends. Oh, Yugiri. Here you are. Your quarry makes for Hawthorne Hut. If Roya is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Yeah, like the little, electrostatic, kind of like our cell phones and stuff in real life. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with the means that disrupt these communications. We have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Rhea would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as well-known face in the Immortal Flame, she cannot move about Thanalon without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. Just for this reason, I believe that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Alazin are among our common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with the mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Rolla in the act. Okay. So they have signal jammers stationed around every city-state. That's smart of them. That's actually a really smart idea on their part. Oh, there you are. My people report that our quarry has departed for Bramble Batch. The ivy returns to the gnarls when she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Alright, we are going to confront the ivy in the next episode. That's all the time I got for you guys today. So if you want to know what happens with the ivy and if we're actually able to convict her, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you know when the episode comes out. If you like the video, because who doesn't? Everyone. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to see in-game content of this game, or if you want to see play some other games, make sure you check out the Twitch account that I have set up in the link set up in my bio. I play other games such as like Genshin Impact, but I also plan to play Guild Wars 2 when I re-download it. But other than that, thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see y'all next time.